Hello, everybody. It is Mike Levin on Monday morning at about 5 a.m. on June 6, 2022. And I'm just waiting for the sun to rise here over the horizon, get some of my last sunrises in the Poconos. And I thought I'd do something I almost never do, never thought or believed I would ever do in a million years, which is start one of my campfires with some lighter fluid and cardboard. Underneath of this cardboard is a nice layer of kindling. So I started to make it like a normal fire. So you got the wood, you got some leaves for kindling, but then you need something. The small sticks light the bigger sticks, light the bigger sticks. And I figured, well, some of the boxes I'm using for packing are not suitable for packing. And I really do not want to waste trash can space, because trash can space is precious too. Here, I got the small style trash cans that I pay a private trash collector to come and get. And so also getting ready for the move, trash can space is precious and valuable. So no cardboard in there for now. Here's the little launching platform I made for the tree rope swing from a child. Good learnings there. You have to go in certain directions for it to not hit the tree. It requires a little bit of thought, a little bit of skill, a little bit of body confidence. Here is the sort of rope construct that my kid actually put up within weeks of moving into this location and facility, and I have not taken it down since. They did such a good job in making something that could be used kind of like a tightrope, a rope hammock, what have you. And I left it up for the entire 2 years we were here, making sure that helps imprint on them. Of course, a regular old hammock, this cost about $100 at a supermarket of all things. The supermarkets carry stuff like that here. These are some logs from last fire that did not get used up, so this one here I'll be using on this fire once this thing gets started. And here's my Zippo lighter. Yesterday I was talking about the lizards, the snakes, the cats, and the birds, and their sort of slanted eyes that show you their predator nature. So at one point I noticed this Zippo lighter, and I'm a hand magic person, so I really love things that, are very tactile and, useful for hand magic. Zippo lighters are in the category of things like silver Morgan dollars and stuff like that that are just ideal. So without further ado, I'm going to do it fairly safe. Not going to use much lighter fluid, just a little bit of lighter fluid to get the cardboard going. It's really the underneath that should be lit, but with the help of this lighter fluid, I see no reason why not to just light my fire like this. It's no big deal. Even the lighter fluid hardly does anything except ensures that the cardboard is going to catch. Barely even at that. Little fire in the Catskills. It's not the Catskills, it's the Poconos. Get your mountain straight just in time to not live in one. But we do have this, and this is my morning reading, The Secret Places of Staten Island. Staten Island? Island is as island does. So I will be figuring out how to live the naturalist life. How naturalist am I? I'm using a cardboard to start a fire. So what, right? Beautiful. That's not trash burning either. You know, a little bit of corrugated cardboard, get things started. There's no color, there's no ink in there. The flames being given off are really no different than getting it started with just pure, you know, wood. And now we just gather some kindling where we may. I like to run back up here. Don't be surprised if you see some deer running away when I do this. Most of the good kindling wood is found just up here under these sets of trees. I'm being very careful because I'm wearing shorts, and that's looking to me like stinging nettle. Seven-minute itch is what we used to know it as growing up. Doesn't do much. It's not as bad as poison ivy or poison oak, but yeah, for those 7 minutes, sure feels like it. Feels like much worse. Okay. Back down to the fire. And the sunrise. We want to take advantage of that big burn to get the next phase, the next step of wood burning real nice. It looks like that's just a huge fire and it's like mission accomplished, right? But no. You really need to get the next level of size sticks. And you'll see, you look at these, they're not really big yet. They're still kind of like kindling. And the idea is just to get some burning hot coals in there. As long as you've got the burning hot coals. Honestly, I didn't even need that bit of lighter fluid. This is, that serves so little purpose. I guess I had it on hand because I filled my Zippo lighter. It's not like in the movies where you find a Zippo lighter and it's like, oh great, a lighter, and then you try it and it works. Zippo lighters dry out after just like a week, maybe 2 weeks of non-use, because that lighter fluid is volatile, as lighter fluid is, and as such it evaporates. It's no longer there after a few weeks. So for people who are unfamiliar with it, there's the back there, and that lighter fluid actually goes in there underneath of that. Maybe I'll add that to the video. It's kind of a neat thing to see. I'll top it off a little bit. So you just Open your lighter fluid. You just put it in there. It just goes in there like that. That's it. Not sure if I got that centered in the frame or if you can even see the stream. That's it. There's like cottony, I guess it's cotton, cottony. There's cotton underneath of the of this top piece of felt or fabric, and then the whole mechanism. And the mechanisms are standard and interchangeable. Any internal Zippo piece can go into any external piece. So if you have a favorite Zippo lighter and you need to rejuvenate it, all you do is you put new insides in it. And one of the claims to fame of a Zippo lighter is very, very, windproof, which is why I use them out here for lighting campfires and stuff, because sometimes it's very difficult with those other Bic lighters to, keep them lit in the wind. Let's get some more wood on there. And this would be like a Monday morning on those occasions where, the kid is with me through Monday. If I have a Monday night drop off, which would happen on occasion, how better to make a Monday better than a nice campfire? So instead of like the whole I hate Mondays of the pre-work from home era, it's now I love Mondays. Let's get Mondays started with a campfire. Roast some marshmallows, roast, pineapple. Figure out what fun things we can roast. And so now we're laying down the layer of the smaller sticks. Here's my roasting sticks when we do roast the marshmallows and the pineapple. Well, marshmallows is a little bit dangerous on this. I try and get normal sticks, or the purchased wood sticks even. I'm not above that, so that you don't burn yourself on the metal. But for things that need some real cooking, there's these, and there's lots of warnings about, images drawn about the blisters that can occur if you are foolish. This next size up of the logs or the sticks is a tricky one, because about arm's width. I used up most of them, and to get them you would use an axe. Should I do some wood chopping here? Do I turn this into a wood chopping video? Yeah, why not? Now, when my dad taught me to do this, he taught me to do it with wedges. And I have done that for most of my life. But now at 50, years old, I've discovered a technique I like much more. Big axe, little axe. This thing is hefty, heavy and hefty, and really is all you need. That whole image of what people say you're not supposed to do, chop it with one blow. I've changed my mind. You chop wood with one blow. And when it doesn't work with one blow, you can use this to help by hammering on the back of this one like this, right? Boom, boom, boom. So it's almost like the wedge approach. And if that doesn't work, you can pull this out, turn this around, make it the wedge, and hammer on it with the big hammer. And bam, suddenly it's working. So I guess I haven't given up the wedge approach, except that it's modified, the modified wedge approach. I'll change the angle a bit so you can see what I'm about to do. Get the next size up wood. So normally I would find either a stronger ground area or even another log, a larger log. But for the sake of the video and expediency, I'll just use a normal log on a normal ground near the fire. And I will show you though, I've already made decisions. I've kind of positioned this thing here with this crack, this natural crack in the grain, facing the angle that I know I'm gonna be chopping in, right? I'm gonna be coming in like that. So that is naturally the place I'm gonna try and strike. You can see it even extends past the middle in this direction a bit. And this is going to be another one of those anti-pattern things. You know, people tell you things all your life. You believe them to be true. And then, you know, you grow up and you face these things on your own. And you realize all these things people told you, they don't know crap. They don't do this. They're not in, you know, they're not living the life. They love to talk the talk and repeat the wisdom they've heard all their life, but they don't walk the walk. So in this case, it's, you don't split wood using the heaviness of the axe with one swing. You get a wedge in there and then you use the wedge. No, that's not really good advice. Get yourself a heavy axe, build a little strength using it, have good aim. You don't need no stinking wedges. And there's some good sized wood. Now it's still a little bit small. Of culms. These are a little bit big. So, you know, I'll go for broke. See if I can continue practicing what I preach, right? It's getting a little wobbly. It's a much smaller target. However, it should be a little bit smaller for the wood going on there. Yep, see, a miss. We are human here at mikelev.in, MikeLev.in. I didn't miss it by much. There we go. Now I got some good sized pieces for the fire. Goes right over the hot coals there. And that will start a nice fire. I'll bring you in to see that. See, all that big bonfire looking burning stuff was just to get down to this tiny little bit. It was a starter fire. And now that's gonna catch, right? This is the real fire. That was all silly, showy stuff just to kind of get a base going. This lovely cauldron does go back to the Catskills. When I was in the mountains in the Catskills, I got this, I guess, at Home Depot. And it's one of the best physical matter possessions I ever got. You know, this is going into public storage. Last thing though, let me show you my brick collection. You know, as I lived here, the edge of the fire pit has gotten taller and taller for safety reasons. And then I keep this one open, the nice flat rock here, because, you know, you do like to get in close to it. If it's a really cold night and you like want to be close to the fire wall, as great as it is as a restrainer, is not so great for getting close to the fire, warm and cozy, getting that serotonin feeling going. So I sit here on this rock and just, sometimes I'll even put my legs in and just, you know, feel the warmth of the fire. See if that sunrise is happening yet. Not quite yet, but you know, it's daylight already. This is my life. It was my life. Will be again. Year-to-year leases are no big deal. Change your life. There's really no mistakes that are so big that you can't, you know, make them birds. Yeah, let's make them birds. No longer so black as I was over the past few days. I'm lightening up. I'm a little bit gray. And red armor still. It's always nice to have some red armor. Doesn't have to be blazing bright red. Doesn't have to be the red armor of, say, Little Red Wagon or the Red Jeep. Bicycles, they're an issue. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do about the bicycles, because my new place is up a flight of stairs. Now, the electric bike that I've been showing in the past few videos folds, so I might even be able to keep that at the base of the stairs. The Schwinn, though, is a bit of an issue. I'll probably bring it. I'll probably just stick these things right in the living room. Canoe. I've been thinking the living room is large enough for the canoe. So if I take these cross braces out and put cushions in there, it is a fun indoors feature. Apartment living with the canoe bed. Hey, you want to sleep in the canoe bed tonight? Yeah, I'll sleep in the canoe bed. In addition to having their own room, this will almost be the couch. I'll figure out how to rig this thing into a comfy, cozy couch type thing. And that way I'll be able to shut down that public storage. It's $250 a month. Talking about $250, this house here, these folks have been renovating for the entire 2 years I've been here, and they're getting close. They're inching close to it. So if you're interested in living like I've been living for the past 2 years, for a mere $250,000, this one can be yours. And for a mere $250,000, this one can be yours too. Oh, now that I have this wonderful clamp, let me do the zip line one more time, because this is going to be one of the more textured things that will be leaving my life. So perhaps I'll bring it with. You know, it doesn't take room. It won't take any room at all, really, in the storage or in the apartment. It'll pack up small. Not the hideout, not the tent hideout, or not the tent hideout, but the hunting hideout that it's mounted on the other side. Well, it's mounted on the tree, but the hunting hideout that I thought one was going to have to climb up in order to use the zip line, that turned out to not be the case at all. I could have made do with just a ladder over there, but it wasn't that expensive. It was about $250. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I'll probably leave that. I'll offer it to the landlord, say, you know, boy, people are going to love that. And they will. There you have it, my zip line adventures. Fun, right? Body confidence. Oh, I'll get myself on the trampoline, right? While I'm at it, capturing these moments of life. Oh, kindling. So all the tree stuff is going to be falling, has fallen. In spring, going into summer, a lot of pollen stuff. So there's always a trampoline dust off. I used to keep a broom right outside here and do the brooming, but even that little step is too much when just you use your God-given brooms. Great exercise, I'll tell you. Whenever you're feeling cooped up and you just got to burn off some energy, there's nothing like a trampoline. A nice big one. I do things occasionally like long runs, not long from a marathon sense, but physically exertive stuff. And I tend to not get winded very easily, nor do I sweat much. And I sometimes attribute it to stuff like this on a regular basis. Even just walking stairs will do it. But I could go on forever. I don't want to bore you. Let's look at the fire. Maybe I'll give you a closer look. It's a lot of ash, but not a whole lot of ember yet, but it's going to be a lot of ember. There's really nothing wrong with this fire for getting started. It's going to be a good fire. In fact, it's at a point where, you know, other people might not do this. They might chop the wood smaller and put on the little sticks. But as long as you don't smother the thing, small stuff lights the big stuff, lights the bigger stuff. This will get lit. Just a matter of time. It's the slow burn, so you have to have a little bit of patience. And then there's this log from before, from a previous fire. It's already turned mostly into charcoal. I'll put that across there too. That's gonna be a good fire in a short while. It might take an hour still for that to become a solid base of coals, but I got the time. Let's take a look at that sunrise. I think it's just starting to peak up. If you get your angles just right. Right here. There's the sun poking through the trees. Now, you know, you can't leave your fire unattended. And I will be going in and out for food and stuff. So that's where this comes in. We turn the fire into a barbecue grill. It's now a covered fire with both a firewall around it and a enclosure over top of it. Right? Even the little embers that occasionally fly off of a fire are not getting out of that. Responsible, what is it, camping? I guess it's camping, I don't know. Responsible fire stuff. Put some cardboard in there, maybe see some real flame again. See how long that takes to light. There's more coals in there really than you can easily see. A lot of that gray stuff is just the gray coating on top of red hot embers. And you know, just a little touch of oxygen. Not that that's going to really light anything, that tiny little piece of stray cardboard I put in there. It's just fun to watch. Humans like fire. Just like getting the outdoors and the fresh air and the green and the sound of the birds and the wildlife. The image of fire is deeply ingrained in our psyche. Story time. Let's see. I'll try and get it so that the sunrise can be captured. Very difficult, to tell you the truth. This angle. Well, I mean, just the setting. Those trees make it difficult, but I'll keep the fire in view and the swing in view and the sunrise general area. And we'll talk about those things that make us human from a tribal standpoint. Labels are stupid. They certainly didn't call them tribes. They must have had some other word for it. But vaguely, it must have turned out as us, we. It's the short words. It's the easy and obvious words because everyone knows who we are. It's us. And there are others. Others tend to get slightly longer syllables, like others, or slightly more harsh sounds like them, others and them, versus us and we. And there is most of what you need to know about the human condition right there. People group people into us and them. We are the good guys. Everything about how we do stuff and our ways are good and right. And it's done well. Everything about them is bad and evil and wrong. G, G, V. It's not that it's all English. Every culture has their own take on this stuff. But the thing that they're getting a take on is why you are better off and safe with your own kind, and how you must always be on the alert for those who are out there, just beyond sight, in the woods maybe, looking at you right now. In the woods like the wolves. It's easy to draw parallels between others and natural enemies. And to stave that off, you light a fire. Fire brings light to the darkness, your immediate surroundings, in a circular formation where most of the tribe and the people can gather around in a circular formation around the fire, with a few of your own other trusted people, others of your own who are stronger, more willing to give up their time for the tribe, who are trying to impress the tribe by their bravery and capabilities, will go out and guard the perimeter. They'll be the watch people, making sure that none of the outsiders are coming into them on their fire. And if they do, they are in a circular formation and can defend themselves, and they have each other's back. If this can be done against a cliffside, from the entrance of a cave that you can retreat into and defend very well, all the better. If you're following the herd and you have to make do with where you are, then you find those natural formations of the land that will lend to your defense. Maybe cut down the visibility of the fire from a distance. Base of a cliff is always good because you can't see the fire from maybe the smoke, but you can't see the light of the fire from above the cliff. And from below the cliff, no one's approaching you from either side. They have to come from a certain direction. So these are the things that are coded into our very being. The same weapons that you use to chop and gather wood can be used for defense. They're always multi-purpose. One purpose, two purpose, three purpose. Queequeg. Read Moby Dick. This is a good video. I like this one. As you can see, the sunrises are a little bit less than glorious, but it's one of the benefits of waking up early, so I wanted to do it. And I guess this is where I wrap up. I'll maybe tune you in later when that fire gets big and I'm not just looking for things to talk about now. But that covered a pretty good range of it. And I'll just do one more circle to really capture the spirit of this place that I was so, blessed to have for 2 years. The family that walked into a recently renovated place while it was, the early days of the craziness of lockdown. Oh, so many interesting things to show. This is a cat tent that we were letting the cats go to the outside. It's our shed. And this is the little hideaway. I'll stop the video from up there. Perhaps I'll clip it on here. I'll do my last. River's Edge tree stands. River's Edge tree stands. There we go. This is my view from up here. Thanks for joining me. Hope to see you again soon. And don't forget to subscribe.